Thank you. Senator Hirono.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I kept hearing one of my colleagues accusing you, Professor Shaw, of disliking nationwide injunctions only when it is applied to Democratic presidents. He tried so many times. That is not what you said. That is certainly not what I heard. What I heard you say was in those instances where there's a single judge in a district, that can lead to foreign shopping, judge shopping, which is exactly what happened in Amarillo, Texas. And you said that is something that Congress could address. I think that is a fairer depiction of what you testified to. Is that correct?
Thank you, Senator. Yeah, that was in my written testimony, and I think that I did confirm it today.
So I had introduced a bill to Stop Judge Shopping Act, which would require suits seeking nationwide relief against the enforcement of federal law to be filed in the D.C. District Court. And I explained at the time that I introduced the bill that this court, quote, hears the large majority of cases involving challenges to federal agency action, and its judges are experts at deciding these cases impartially, end quote. That is one of the ways that we can address the issue of foreign or judge shopping, which you did address once again today. Correct?
Yes, Senator.
Yeah, I wish we could take that bill up. So, you know, this attempt of my colleagues to continually attack the Democrats as somehow not wanting judges who decide cases based on objective facts, application of the law, as opposed to having some kind of ideological axe to grind, is really more something that they have a problem with, apparently, than anything that we Democrats stand for. Once again, Professor Shaw, there was a suggestion today that case assignments in D.C. is happening in a way that is statistically impossible. And I think this only serves to point out that maybe the person who made this allegation doesn't have enough awareness of statistics or hasn't read the rules in the way cases are assigned in D.C. Do you have any response to the allegation that someone is stacking the decks against the Trump administration in this court, in the D.C. District Court?
Right, Senator. So I've heard both that critique that Judge Boasberg is getting a disproportionate share of the cases, and also the kind of opposite critique that the motions panels in the D.C. Circuit have been more favorable to the Trump administration than random chance would produce. You know, statistically unlikely events do sometimes occur, and I think it very unlikely that there is anything untoward resulting in the assignments either at the district court or the Court of Appeals level here in D.C.
I have to thank you for pointing out how many cases, there have been over 200 cases filed to stop this president from, in my view, abusing his power and engaging in illegal acts. And frankly, and I think Mr. Blackman also suggested this, as did you, Ms. Shaw, that if we don't like this president to be sued, then we in Congress should enact laws that allows him to do whatever the hell he wants. So why don't we let him ignore the appropriations of this Congress? Why don't we let him stop certain grants from being issued? Why don't we let him go after Harvard and any other school that he doesn't like? Why don't we let him go after law firms that take positions that he doesn't like? Why don't we let him do that if we don't want him to get sued? I think that's a rhetorical question, but certainly we could do that. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Senator